Ever wonder what happens when the spotlight dims, the music stops, and the curtains close? The glossy facade of the music business hides many shadows, especially when power players like Diddy are involved. There's controversy brewing, and it's threatening to spill over, with Busta Rhymes giving a slap not of the hand, but of words and accusations. You'll want to stick around for this one. I could do anything. Hi, everyone, and today we're going to talk about the fight that rocked this year's BET Awards. It's a story full of fire and drama, accusations and public outbursts, and it all centers around one man, Diddy. I'll talk about how Busta Rhymes stood up for himself, why Diddy is getting so much bad press, and what this could all mean for the future of young artists. How much does a record deal really cost? Do powerful people like Diddy help or hurt the business? You might be surprised by what they say. So let's get started. Busta Rhymes, a rap legend and one of the first artists in the field, recently won a prestigious BET Award for his lifetime of work. People who have made important contributions to society and entertainment are given this award. Comedian Marlon Wayans gave Busta this award, and he talked about how much of an impact he has had on music. In reaction, Busta wasn't afraid to show how he felt. "I'm the type to say what I think," he said. "I do want to cry," and wiped his eyes with a hand towel as he accepted the award. The rapper, whose hits include "Woo-Ha Got You All in Check," talked about many different parts of his life and work. He knew that his black cultural background had helped him get where he was in his work. "The best thing about my life. Some of the best women in the world have really taken care of me." Busta gave an emotional speech in which he praised the greatness of his people and culture. He said that a lot of the great things about our people and society happen by accident because of the magic we have. He thanked the strong women who helped him grow up and the friends who stood by him as he made his way through the tough hip-hop community. Busta's speech was also interesting because it alluded to some controversial business practices, especially those of sitcoms better known as Diddy. Busta said something that was a vague reference to Diddy. "That's what we'd be doing in rap if you guys weren't messing up the bag and Busta." The message of the rhyme was easy to understand. Stop fighting over things that don't matter and focus on being successful, promoting unity among artists and putting a stress on economic growth. Busta said again that there needs to be togetherness. "We'll stop acting like we don't care about each other." He said, "This divide thing is corny, tired, and whack." He was openly critical of the divisive narrative in the business and how young artists were treated. He praised the skills of new artists and said that he admired their skills and promise. Even the black billionaires in the business have been accused of taking advantage of new talent. People point to Kellys and Mays as examples of once popular artists who suddenly fell out of the public eye. Kellys and Mays then went public with their stories of being exploited by industry bigwigs like Pharrell and Diddy. It's important to note that Busta himself made a subtle reference to Diddy's business practices, which backs up the long-running rumors that Diddy is unfair to young artists. But Diddy himself doesn't seem to care about these claims. At the 2020 Grammys, a businessman who was close to becoming a billionaire stressed how important it was for artists to take control of the music industry. Before that, he also said many times that musicians should have more freedom. "In my life, I've learned that sometimes you just have to go with your gut." But his deeds from the past seem to cast a shadow over what he says. Both Diddy and Pharrell, another big name in the music industry, have been in controversies in the past about how they run their businesses and who has power over their art. In 2005, Diddy's career hit a snag when rapper Jadakiss said on the Hot 97 radio station that the founder of Bad Boy Records was holding back his publishing rights. The issue caused a storm in the music business, but it was finally settled. Recently, Pharrell was in a court battle with the estate of Marvin Gaye. The case, which Pharrell lost, was about how much the song Got to Give It Up by Marvin Gaye and Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke sound alike. Fans and music reviewers both had a lot to say about the fallout of this legal mess. The main point of disagreement was whether this lawsuit would set a bad example by punishing inspiration or, on the other hand, reveal clear plagiarism. The more people talked about how similar the songs were, the harder it was to ignore them. Busta Rhymes was seen talking about the issue, and it seemed like he was talking to Diddy and his peers about it during his acceptance speech. He is known for his opening bars in the famous song Big Mo Money, Mo Problems. Mays stopped making music in 1999 to focus on his religion, which made hip-hop fans very sad. Later, Mays came back to the spotlight, but not in a way that most people would expect. In an Instagram post after Diddy's speech at the Grammys arguing for the rights of artists, he talked to Diddy directly. May told Diddy in his message, "You've kept doing business the same way you did before. You have purposely starved your artists and been very unfair to the same artists who helped you get the Icon Award on the famous Bad Boy label." He then said that Diddy was still holding on to his writing rights from 24 years ago, even though he had only been paid $20,000 for them. Mays said he wouldn't work with Diddy because of what he said was bad treatment. He said that Diddy robs artists and ruins their reputations if they don't follow his bad business plan. When Mays offered Diddy $2 million to get back his publishing rights, it was a surprise. However, Mays, who was not one to take the easy way out, asked a European bidder to match his price. This game of rights and ownership made it into the words of Jay-Z's song Ride or Die, where he made fun of the fact that artists only make a small amount of money from their publishing rights. In his lyrics, he talked about Mays and said that artists often find themselves in a catch-22 position where they have to play for free while the robbery goes on. Move on to the Roc Nation lunch before the Grammys, where Diddy and Jay-Z are once again held up as examples of success. The purpose of the event was to recognize hard work, but some people couldn't help but notice a difference. The way these business moguls talk about black excellence makes it seem like they don't care about the problems of young black artists. A record deal, which was once seen as a way to make money, has turned into a way for black businessmen to take advantage of people. It was both a gift and a curse, because they thought they were happy to be the first ones to get signed and because they were making a lot of money. But then he turned them into Gigi, dressed them in suits, made them write lyrics for him, and ignored all of their complaints. Young people start flying around. People who don't have many chances to move up are said to be used by great black capitalists for their skills and because they are weak. People say that these capitalists ruin potential competitors, use them for their own gain, and then throw them away. In the meantime, they use their rags to riches stories to convince aspiring artists that they, too, can make it big. It looks like Diddy has gotten a pretty bad name for himself. He is portrayed as a bad guy who has something to do with every artist who has ever had to work with him. It seems like there's an endless list of people who have been under his control, and almost none of them get out unless they get away early. But things get murkier. There have been rumors that Diddy has forced young artists to do unspeakable things, recorded these embarrassing situations, and then used the video to control them. Leave a comment with your ideas. This rumored behavior has made artists afraid to say anything because they don't want to get in trouble if they confirm or reject the rumors. Thanks so much for spending the day with me. If you have as much fun as I did, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you don't miss out on all the juicy news I have planned for you. Keep the comments coming until the next time, and keep being awesome.